Independence, what a beautiful word, but hey, women change its meaning day in and day out. Modern women love saying that they don't need a man and even claim that all men are bad people, potential criminals, and pretty much a threat to humanity for just being men. They criminalize the strong, hardworking men who just want to build a good life for themselves while wanting to do all that. What a clown world. In reality, this is a narrative fueled by the desire of tearing men down, thus paving the way for easier lives for themselves. The competition is so fierce that they can't fight men's strength in a fair manner, so they just want to emasculate them to justify their independence and how little they need them. Still, many men see through all this gaslighting, shut up, and do the work. When shit hits the fan, modern women want men to solve their problems.
Oh, she don't want to be a strong black woman.
No.
I don't want to be super mom.
No.
We need help.
They lied to us.
Help.
Miss Independent. Well, who they? Who? Where they do that at? Not here.
I just don't want to be a strong, independent woman anymore. Then I remember, I just can't keep my fucking mouth shut.
You know what? I think men are better than women.
She's kidding.
No, I'm not. They provide for us, and we must obey them because they are our masters.
The shaming tactics don't work as expected. I mean, saying that men ain't shit and women can do what men do even better. The reality is that women need men more than men need women, but looks like this is something women don't want to say because they prefer their narratives over being happy. In today's video, we're delving into what women really mean when they say they're independent, some of the excuses they come up with to say that men are scared of them, and much more. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to rjoy8143. He said, if a man, knowing who you are, makes a date, and after a few minutes walks out, he wasn't intimidated, he was disgusted. Spot on. Well said, brother. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5. As usual, guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. And now, back to the video.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow.
Modern women love saying that they're independent, especially after being so-called oppressed for so long. These women often come from affluent backgrounds, and they barely faced any real difficulties during their lives. All they had to deal with are some exams, losing weight, and being put in their place by their daddies. Well, even in some case, their parents are so permissive that they feel free to act like hoes, being a shame to their own families. Modern women in the West don't really know what a hard life is, and they even feel like they have the moral authority to tell everybody what's right and wrong. You see, the recently released Barbie movie showcases the epitome of hypocrisy. Here's why I bring this up. You've got Margot Robbie, an Australian white, blonde woman with blue eyes, playing the Barbie role. Colonial Heritage 101, like, wow, so inclusive, isn't it? A woman like that is playing the role of a strong and independent woman, very revolutionary. And then, well, you've got Ryan Gosling playing the Ken role, or rather, acting like a simp for multiple hours. This movie, along with all the advertisements, tries to put the woman in the leadership role. For example, driving the car, while the man is in the backseat, letting the woman lead the relationship. Probably to failure or to the woman cheating on him, as per usual. Oh, and the movie director is too much of a muchness, namely, a white woman from an upper middle class family. At least some of the staff or even the actresses could come from a poorer background to give off the feeling that women are so empowered and able to surmount all the difficulties of life, like getting a job, getting rejected, working long hours, and all that stuff that women don't want to handle, as they want everything served on a silver platter. And if they get it, well, it's just so they can prove that they don't need men.
She gets up and she says, Patrick, this is very hard for me to say this. And let me tell you why it's very hard. I said, what's that? She says, ever since in high school, I wanted to prove to men that I can beat them. So when I graduated high school and college, I opened up my salon. We do very well. I've made millions of dollars. My people and my work that work at the salon, they do very well for themselves. I drive a nice car, I have a nice house, I have money, I have millions. I don't worry about any of that stuff. You know what decision I made last night? I said, what's that? She says, I want a husband. I no longer want to compete with men. I need them. And I'm like, what? She's saying this in front of 2,000 people with her sister sitting right next to her.
Wow.
And now she's getting emotional. How many 65-year-old women do we have to hear saying that I marched with the feminist movement and I bought into the fact that men are the enemy? I've never been married. I'm alone and I'm miserable and I wish I would have never bought into that philosophy.
Being independent is great, don't get me wrong, but women only parrot this narrative without knowing all its implications. If they're independent, which they're really not, most men will not want to approach them. Men want to be needed and wanted, especially after years of hard work just so they can get a woman. But look, working a lot to get a woman who will say that she doesn't need you and even disrespect you? Nah, I'm out, and I'm sure you don't want that for yourself. Most men wanted a woman who looks up to them, but modern women look up to bad wives like Kim Kardashian and Cardi B, aka puppets of the system that in reality live over-the-top lives partly or entirely thanks to men. We cannot forget that Kanye West has to pay $200,000 in child support to Kim Kardashian. That grants them multiple dates and expensive bags for sure. Anyway, the narrative of independence is making women less desirable. Men are no longer thinking of getting women because not only are women saying that they don't need them, but also come with bad attitudes that men don't want to correct. For real, like, would you want to educate a woman on how to be a woman? Dealing with someone combative, argumentative, and bossy outside the workplace is a task 99.9% of men don't want to take care of, and the rest of men who want to do that are pretty much Captain Save-A-Ho. If you know, you know.
Alright, y'all. Is it true that men dislike independent women? Your girl got a perspective. Let's get into it, family. Y'all, I don't think men dislike women that can take care of themselves. Personally, don't think that that's unattractive. What I've heard, and men correct me if I'm wrong, is the way that women who take care of themselves and do it well conduct themselves with men. Sometimes women like this can carry an attitude of, I don't need a man. What can a man do for me that I can't do for myself? And men feel that energy. I think it's important for a woman to be able to take care of herself. But I think the way that she goes about it, to not diminish other people or make other people feel less than, can push people away. Now, there are men that don't really want women that make a lot of money because their pride is like, I can't be with a woman who makes more than me. And I get that. But I think men have more of an issue with the attitude that comes with women who say they're independent.
I found an article that tries to explain why men are scared of independent women. Trust me, it's fun to hear the excuses and dialectic gymnastics they pull off to justify themselves. As expected, the author is a woman, Anna Martin Yonk, and the title is 8 Reasons Men Are Scared of Independent Women and Why You Should Be Proud of That. What the hell is this? Are women a terror movie? Pretty much, not because you're afraid of them, but rather of what they can do to you in the event of false allegations or even worse, a divorce. That really scares many men, especially now that women are incentivized to leave men for the tiniest reasons you can imagine. Now, let's check the article. In many aspects of life, independent women have it made. We're strong enough to face any challenge head-on, and we never have to worry about our needs going unmet because we simply won't allow that to happen. Being a boss feels wonderfully empowering in almost every way, but the biggest challenge that tends to come our way is finding true love. Men are accustomed to being the strong ones in a relationship, but it's time for that to change. Here's why independent women are so intimidating to so many guys. You see, this is a clear sign that modern women don't know their true roles in relationships. The man's got to lead, and the woman's got to follow. If the woman wants to go to the club and even says that a man can't handle her because he's insecure, she's free to hit the club, get ran through, and end up lonely after 30, if not with a simp. being a boss feels good, but not so much when, as a woman, she can't find the man of her dreams. While men's success is a golden ticket to more prosperity and options, including more women, a woman's success is a life sentence of misery. No man will ever be able to satisfy her. She'll want millions of dollars and even a man willing to put up with her behavior. Most independent women love saying that they want a man who knows how to handle them as if they were a problem. Well, guess what? An independent woman is one of the worst problems you can ever face. Being told that you're not needed and you're a scumbag is not cool. Women like that can't really tell the difference between an enemy and a partner. You might try to come to terms with her, but she will never submit because she's all about power and authority. Yeah, just because she's a functioning adult in society with a job, a car, and a house, aka the bare minimum. The disposable income she has might be wasted on Gucci bags and a whole lot of things she does not need. Let's delve into the reasons why men are supposedly scared of independent women. Alpha men don't know how to handle women on their level. In other words, they may feel threatened and become hostile, or they may just be so intimidated that he stops talking to them. What's up with that? It seems like men should, in theory, relate more naturally to strong women because of the similarities they share with us. Unfortunately, this is rarely the case. Instead, they become combative and completely lose their shit. It's hard to believe this is still happening in 2022, but here we are. Yeah, here we are in an age where women want to be like men and even want men to be like women, going against the will of nature and God. In theory and in practice, men relate to women who are not bragging about their independence all day long. Men are sick and tired of dealing with egos, arrogance, and rejection in the workplace, so women who bring just that to the table are a headache and a pain in the neck. Just imagine arguing all day long and even being told to make your own food after a day of tough work, while she expects you to be some sort of servant or yes man who will put her on a pedestal. No, thank you very much. We don't need a man. Independent women don't need a man to provide for them, and men are used to being needed as providers. When they meet a woman who puts herself through college, makes her own money, pays her own bills, and smashes her own random apartment spiders, they sometimes take it the wrong way and feel emasculated. In reality, they should be glad if we want their company, because it's truly a matter of wanting him around rather than needing a favor from him. Guys, do you really want to be with someone who's just using you as a personal ATM/spider exterminator?
Women need men. It's how human beings are designed. We're designed to complement each other, and I think
I don't think men need women.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
Because they would survive without us. We wouldn't survive without them. They run the infrastructure of society. They do all the hard jobs. If we disappeared tomorrow, outside of reproduction, they would keep living.
Let's break this down a little bit more. The contemporary landscape of relationships often sees the clash between traditional gender roles and the emergence of independent women who proudly declare, "We don't need a man." This sentiment is rooted in the so-called empowerment of women who've established themselves as capable, self-sufficient individuals in various facets of life. This refers to women who are functioning adults in society, nothing extraordinary. However, for some men, accustomed to being seen as providers and protectors, encountering such independent women can stir feelings of uncertainty and even emasculation. Men want to be needed and wanted, not told what to do and what to like and how to live life. In a society where men have been conditioned to believe that their value is tied to their ability to provide for and protect their partners, encountering women who have not only achieved financial independence, but also exhibit a remarkable level of self-reliance can be a challenge to their self-concept. When confronted with women who have put themselves through college, managed their finances, and confidently handled their own concerns, some men might perceive this as a rejection of their traditional role. They might feel as though their significance is diminished, leading to a sense of emasculation. Now that women do many of the things that men do, they let this go to their heads. The men who genuinely wanted a good woman feel disenfranchised because women these days are not submissive and collaborative. In fact, they're the complete opposite, which is something men are repelled by.
From my own experience, I came to this country when I was younger, right? From where?
From Senegal, West Africa.
Senegal,
right?
okay.
I've did a lot of stuff, right? I've did crazy stuff. But when it was time for me to get married, yeah, I went back home.
Went to Senegal.
I went back to Senegal. Yeah, I found the right woman for me because I knew what I saw. From what I saw in this country, there's no chance.
For the women in this country?
For the women in this country, there was no chance.
So you wouldn't marry a woman in this country?
No. Oh, there's 1% chance.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not saying every woman that I meet in the city on Friday night or Saturday night are all the same.
Yeah. We already have full lives that we love. Independent women don't sit around twiddling their thumbs and waiting for a man to call and make plans for that night. We have careers, side jobs, hobbies, and girls' nights already on our calendars. Even if our plan is just to order a pizza and watch Netflix, it's going to be the best night ever. If you want to make plans with us, you need to do so in advance or you'll be waitlisted. Wow, what an exclusive feeling. These women feel like queens sitting on a throne just because they can do basic stuff without men, but men can do that too and even can handle loneliness way better than women. The reality is that under this mask of independence lies the fear of being lonely and not having a man by their side, especially after the wall. On top of that, the author dares to say that they already have full lives that they love. So do most men, so when inviting a chick into their lives, they carefully think before making any move that could seize their peace of mind and net worth. However, women don't need to think this way because they're the ones divorcing men and getting a huge chunk of their money. We expect intelligent conversation. For real? Wow, that's interesting. I guess. Independent women live every day on top of the world, aspiring to be the best that we can possibly be. We read, watch the news, and pay attention to current events. If you have no meaningful contribution to the conversation at hand, or you constantly attempt to change the topic to sex, you will lose all credibility as well as any chance you ever had. If you ever want to touch a boss bitch's body, you must stimulate her mind first.
Women.
These women are insane. Like, do they really think men are into dumb women? See, men love smart women, but not women who let their degrees, master's degrees and whatnot go to their heads. Plus, men are getting picky as well, so a hot body is not enough to make him want to date a woman. She better be a keeper, a homemaker, and a great human being. If not, she'll be condemned to singlehood and a life of lies where no man wants to put a ring on her finger. A very repulsive thing for men is arrogance. A humble woman, though, is pretty much a rarity these days, and many men will be more than happy to deal with an average-looking, humble woman than a hot-as-hell type of woman who loves bragging about her money and qualifications. If all she can brag about is mundane stuff and not any sort of valuable things she can bring to the table like admiration, understanding, and listening skills, she is a very bad bet. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.